Hey, Adam here, and this is your daily rant for March the 18th of 2013, where we occasionally, or I should say I occasionally, bitch about something, either sports or gaming related. Today is the subject of the shootout in hockey, and the reason I say that is because last night I was playing NHL 13, and, everybody's like, well, what the hell does that have to do with real hockey? Well, there's a mode where you play in tournaments and that kind of stuff, and I lost a game during a shootout, and I had the guy on the ropes the entire game in actual on the ice 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 play. And I lost to a shootout. And that kind of made me think about, is the shootout something that should be in real hockey, in NHL regular season play? And personally, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I don't like it. And I know it's a really good thing to watch. Like, there's been some great highlights, but it's at the point now where I feel like it's unnecessary and it's almost a gimmick at this point. It's a gimmick, too, that in games that matter, especially at the end of the season, it has a lot of ramifications. And if you're a team that's fighting for a playoff spot and you lose simply because some guy made a better deke that one night than your guys did, it doesn't make any sense. And I mean, what do you do about it? I like the way that it used to be where there were ties. And I know a lot of people don't like the idea of ties. I like this new idea that's being rolled around that it's, you get 3 points for the win, 1 for the tie, and nothing for the loss, which to me makes sense. If you're busting your butt and getting the win, then you should be getting more points out of it. It doesn't seem like, still getting a point for losing, even if it's an overtime or a shootout, it shouldn't matter. It's a loss. You shouldn't get anything from that. You lost the game. Just because you managed to not suck for 3 periods doesn't mean that you should be walking out with a point to me. The other thing with shootouts, though, I should add is if it is staying, and obviously it will be because the NHL is trying to make an exciting game for all those Americans that are never going to watch, is this whole notion about Dogovin's, or from the Ottawa Senators, his stick. What do I want to call it? The blade of the stick being on the puck instead of what it normally is. Everybody's been making a big fuss about that attempt. Whether he scored or not doesn't make a difference to me. It's a gimmick to begin with. And I mean, the fact that every goalie that's played for more than 2 years of the shootout has pretty much seen every move that there is. So the fact that this guy tried something new to fool it, and he almost scored. If he had scored that goal, everybody would have been talking, saying, holy crap, that was, amazing. I would have never thought about that. And even the players who admitted, even though he didn't make the shot, they were like, man, that was a really good idea. I didn't even think of that. It's simple. I mean, it's something that it's different, and it's something goalies aren't expecting. So the fact that he got this idea to do this is incredibly smart, and the fact that it almost worked, like you watch the replay, he was just a couple inches from the red line, and he would have been, God at that point. So either way, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think the shootout should be there, and if it is, you might as well take a couple chances with it, because, I mean, you've already got the point. What's to lose if you go and make it for a good move, and you might get a great highlight reel, and then that guy's going to be infamous for a while. It makes perfect sense to me that if you're going to do something that's that gimmicky and that completely over the top, then you might as well just push it to the edge. So with that being said, my personal belief on this is that there shouldn't be a shootout. I don't think I like the idea that it used to just be one overtime, and if you didn't make it, then there's the tie. If they want to go to the point where it's just overtime until it's over, then that's cool too. But I don't want the shootout to be here forever because I think it is too much of a gimmick. And it's kind of nice that we get that maybe once a year in the All-Star game where they get to really show off their moves. That would be cool. I'm fine with that. Even if it's just something that you put at the end of the game as a treat to the fans where some of them just show off their moves. It doesn't have to be both teams. It could just be the home team. Either way, it really should be out of the game because it's deciding games that are a lot more important than something that needs to be settled by a gimmick.